Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Exos Small Single Shade Pendant. This is the 1395/90. Let's get into details about it. Let's talk about the size of the fixture body. That's going to be independent of the rod that it's hanging from. That's coming in at 8.6 inches tall, and this is coming in at a diameter of 11.6. The shade on this is actually a 10-inch diameter shade, so that 11.6 measure is from those metal parts to metal parts that are holding the shade. Overall height, now we're talking about the distance from the ceiling to the bottom of the fixture, is going to give you a range anywhere from 11 inches to 56 inches as standard product. So overall height means basically, like I said, from the ceiling to the bottom of the fixture. Hubbardton's going to offer you guys a lot of these different heights that are going to be listed in a chart over there in the corner, lower corner, and you want to check those out. It's also going to show you which combination of these rods you're going to use to get to those overall heights that are listed there. So you're going to be getting, as a standard product to begin with, 3 of the 12s, 1 of the 6-inch, and 1 of the 3-inch. That's going to be to begin with. So one thing to note, this kind of maxes out at, what, 56 inches overall height as standard product, but there's 77 inches of wire coming with this. So if you want to order another kit, that'll give you the opportunity to use some more pipes to make this longer before you go custom. If you need to go well beyond that 77 inches, let's actually call it more like 72, that you should be able to attain with different pipes. If you need to go like 84 or 96 or 150 inches, something way longer, send me a quick email. Say you're looking at the 1395/90. Tell me if it's going to be on a slope ceiling or a flat ceiling. Tell me what you need. So you're going to say, yeah, you need it to be 156 inches or something overall height. I'm going to take your email, send it through Hubbardton Forge's customs department. It'll come back with an answer. We do custom lengths every day. It's not a big deal. Adds a little time and money, but it's something that we do. Okay, so let's hop back into, let's talk more about these. So Hubbardton Forge has a system of these interconnecting pipes. They have threading on the inside on both ends. They're going to be connected with something called a connector. How funny is that? It has threading, It's going to go into the ends of these, and it's really simple. You just do this, and you're done. You screw it together. It's a very clean line. You barely even see that there's a seam there. So it's an awesome thing. So when you're putting this together, what you're going to do is put a towel down on a table. You're going to put your fixture body down, independent of the shade. I think, well, you have to look at the installation instructions about when to put the shade on. But what I would do is I would assemble this first. So fixture body goes down, the part that has the wires, that's the socket. You're going to be feeding those wires through these little parts one by one. So you're going to put it through a connector, through a pipe, through a connector, through a pipe, and then you're going to just screw it together. It's very simple. And at the end of that story, it's going to be coming out of a canopy. That's the part that goes on the ceiling over your 4-inch junction box. The canopy on this fixture is not going to be this round dome. It's actually going to be a round, flat one that's just a little bit bigger. It's 6.1 inches in diameter, and it's going to be flat. So same deal. It's going to go over like that. But the one thing I do want to show you with this sample is that this is slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees already. So there's a knuckle built at the top right there, just like your finger. It goes like that, and it bends just like that. So you actually can go slope ceiling adaptable anywhere up to 45 degrees with no customization. Okay, let's talk about the shade materials really quick. There's a pull down menu up there. It says choose your shade. Pull that down. That's going to show you all the available fabrics for the shade for this fixture. And then you'll notice there's also a little chart on the page that allows you to order samples like this. So make sure you only order samples that are available for the fixture. You click a couple boxes down there, put in the information, and we send out these samples to you through the mail the same day. It's easy, it's fast, and it doesn't cost you anything. So good to take care of that. Okay, so this is coming in at 5 pounds. It's super light. The canopy, like we talked about a second ago. You guys want to know, oh, you know what, I want to show you more things here. So how we're going to do that is we're going to look at the installations instructions, because there's a lot of good info there. Way over there on that side of the screen, midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say, click here for installations instructions PDF. Open that out for me. Excuse me. So it's going to show you the socket setup, how you put the shade on, how you put it together, canopy, all that good stuff. It's also going to show you that this has a diffuser, a frosted glass diffuser on the bottom that is a dome, and it goes in just like that with the domey side facing up. So just remember that. I've seen many pictures of these Exos pieces in people's houses where the dome is kind of going like that, and that is not how it's supposed to be. So take advantage of those installations instructions. This is a full parts list there, lots of schematic drawings of this, and a lot of you guys like to see that, so it is there for you to see. Okay, Let's talk about what's going on inside as far as lamping goes. It's going to be using one medium base porcelain socket facing down and just a regular screw-in light bulb. Medium base sockets are just like that. So easy, totally easy. You can go up to 100 watts if you want to stick with the old school incandescent bulb, but you have to stay with what's called an A19. And an A19 is that size light bulb we all grew up with. It's kind of a standard size. This is an LED version. This is an incandescent version. But you have to stay with that. But you can go up to 100 watts, so just remember that. If you want to go with LEDs, you can do that too. So LEDs come in all kinds of flavors and types. This is a phosphorus LED that has little lines running through them. And this is old school. It's got a kind of a plastic sheath on it. You've seen these for a long time. So it's a dimmable fixture. It doesn't matter if you're going to be doing an incandescent or an LED. You have to put the right dimmer on the wall for these kind of LEDs, for any LEDs basically. Just tell your installer what's going on. But when you get into what you can get out of LEDs in an A19 bulb, I can find these up to 100 watt equivalent if I need that. And I have found a bulb like this from General Electric. It was at Walmart in Vermont, in Rutland, Vermont, which is the middle of nowhere. So it was a dimmable 3000 Kelvin. It was awesome. So I got a bunch of them for our showroom and it worked out great. But you can still use this too, and you still might be able to find something like this up to 100 watt equivalent as well. It really depends on what your needs are. So there's no limit other than for LEDs than the A19 story on this, because like a 60 watt version, 60 watt equivalent version of this is only going to use about 9 watts of electricity. So it's really about heat at the end of the day, and they don't generate much heat. So we talk about color of light on LEDs all the time. It's kind of what we always finish with. So we like what's in the middle, the 3000 Kelvin that I talked about a minute ago, but there's two other sides to that spectrum. When you look at the box for these LEDs, or if you're online, you'll notice they're going to be offered in 2700K or 2700K or Kelvin. That's going to be like a setting sun. That's a super orange yellow light. But way on the other side of that, they're also going to offer this in daylight, which sounds warm, but it's not warm. That's like an overcast day. That's that blue-white light you see outside, or like a hospital waiting room light. So that's going to be 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin. So just remember that when you look at those boxes. And the middle of the road, like I said, is 3,000 Kelvin. That's what we like. That's the same kind of warmth you get out of an incandescent bulb. Remember these when we were kids? So the light coming down on me right now, this is 3,000 Kelvin. It's a nice warm light. Like I said, get a dimmable bulb, warm light. And on this fixture, I might want to try to go for a 75 to 100 watt equivalent just to try to get the max light out of it if I can. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque, and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's On Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.